Hello, Commanders fans. Today we have some hot news that you can't miss, so get ready because there's a lot of important information coming. Before we start, we'd like to take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and stay up to date with all the news about our Washington Commanders. Don't forget to leave a like, which really strengthens our community and helps bring this content to the most passionate fans of the team. Now, without further ado, let's get straight to today's news. Marcus Mariota reveals the honest reason he couldn't leave the Commanders. In Washington Commanders, rookie sensation Jayden Daniels took the NFL by storm last season. It was easy to forget the contributions of the team's backup passer. Daniels won the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year award. He threw for 3,568 yards and rushed for 891 more, totaling 31 touchdowns. He led the Commanders to a 12-5 regular season record, an 8-game improvement from the previous year, and posted 2 playoff wins en route to Washington's first NFC championship game since the 1991 season. It wouldn't have been possible without the guidance and step-in willingness of his backup, Marcus Mariota, who will be back in D.C. again this fall. Loyalty and familiarity bring Marcus Mariota back for second season with Commanders. 10-year NFL veteran and former No. 2 overall pick of the Tennessee Titans decided to return to Washington, rather than pursue short-term starting opportunities, saying it was tough to leave where he was wanted. They were very adamant about wanting me back for another year. I love the coach, Dan Quinn, offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury, and the offense. And for me, it was a no-brainer. Being here for 11 years, very few people get the opportunity to do that. So I'm grateful for every day and the ability to go to work and have fun, relax, and have such a great environment that makes everything so much better. Marcus Mariota via Pro Football Talk last season. Mariota appeared in 3 games, playing heavily in Week 7 against the Carolina Panthers. Daniels left with a rib injury, and Week 18 against the Dallas Cowboys. Washington pulled its starters in the second half. He passed for 364 yards and 4 touchdowns, while also adding 92 yards. And another rushing score, proving himself to be one of the league's highest quality reserves. Commanders are urged to hire a professional player 3 times to reinforce Dan Quinn's defense for the right price. Zadarius Smith can be a valuable addition that will strengthen what many consider the worst defensive line of the East NFC. The Washington Commanders attack will be well equipped to make them candidates again at NFC this season. But the defense, especially the pressure on the pass, leaves much to be desired, especially in an East NFC division, where defensive elite lines are the norm. Washington added the solid defensive tackle Javon Kinlaw, but edge rushers' group is small after losing a total of 2-digit sacks in Dante Fowler Jr. after he went to Dallas Cowboys division rival at the free agency. Dorrance Armstrong and Clelin Ferrell are the current starting ends. Although we are in the middle of offseason, there are still several veteran advocates looking for a new contract that may be an improvement in edge's position. Bleacher Report has named the Commanders as the best landing place for one of them, Zadarius Smith of Detroit Lions. In the last decade, all that Zadarius Smith has done was to be a productive pass rusher in 5 different teams, Matt Holder said. He accumulated 69 sacks in 140 career games, including 9 with Cleveland Browns and Detroit Lions in 2024. Washington had the 3rd best defense against passes last season, but it is expected to fall with the loss of his leader in sacks. Commanders were also massacred in the field, with an average of 137.5 adversary land yards per game, NFL's 3rd worst in 2024. Kinlaw will be a help here, but Commanders must still be looking for someone who can strengthen the advantage in both land and air play. Smith's history in stopping running is not the best. but its addition can add high-level depth and experience, as well as its impressive sacks total. The player, who will soon turn 33, has never been known to be a robust racing advocate and is aging, which will probably lead him to a role as a pass rush expert from now on, added Holder. But a team that is looking for a veteran who can contribute to third descents should at least take a look at the 3-time Pro Bowler. Holder also mentioned how the Commanders are at an advantageous point in their current history, with head quarterback Jaden Daniels in a cheap newcomer's contract for the next 3 seasons. Dolphins to trade Tyreek Hill to Commanders. The Miami Dolphins are one of the teams on the verge of a major overhaul, and it could cost players like Tua Tagovailoa or even Tyreek Hill. Head coach Mike McDaniel and general manager Chris Grier need to be on the hot seat, and if the season goes as expected so far, this proposed trade could become a reality. Here's why trading Tyreek Hill to the Commanders from the Miami Dolphins could make a lot of sense. Proposed Tyreek Hill trade package. Washington Commanders receive W. R. Tyreek Hill. Miami Dolphins receive W. R. Terry McLaurin and 2026 4th-round pick for Washington. This move is meant to speed up the competitive schedule and give Jaden Daniels a legitimate target at first, especially with McLaurin still without a legitimate contract extension. For Miami, they're getting back valuable draft capital, and some would even say it's an overpayment for an aging Hill. With NFL training camps approaching and the offseason heating up, one name has suddenly returned to trade rumors: Miami Dolphins. All-Pro wide receiver Tyreek Hill. As speculation about the Dolphins' roster future grows, league rumblings suggest the team could be on the verge of a fire sale, and the Washington Commanders could be the ideal spot for the explosive guard. Dolphins. Already showing signs of a fire sale, the Dolphins already shocked the league this offseason by trading quarterback Jalen Ramsey to the Pittsburgh Steelers. That move raised eyebrows across the NFL, with some insiders pointing to internal concerns about salary cap flexibility, locker room leadership, and long-term competitiveness in an increasingly tight AFC East. Add to that Miami's disappointing 2024 performance, once again falling short of playoff expectations, and the possibility of a rebuild becomes more realistic. The Dolphins have been in win-now mode for the past 2 seasons, but with that window seemingly closing and big contracts piling up, general manager Chris Grier or his replacement may be forced to start over. Tyreek Hill's growing frustration. Tyreek Hill's public frustration is fueling the fire. After the Dolphins' season-ending loss last year, Hill made cryptic comments during his last press conference, hinting that he was ready for a change and wanted to be in a more stable situation. While no formal trade request has been made, yet league sources noted that Hill's camp quietly explored options during the early stages of free agency.